All right. So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my girl, Deja Moore. All right.
Hello.
Nailed it right.
Yep.
Okay.
Deja, you said it right.
Okay. Cool. So how your day going?
It's going good. I mean, with this hurricane coming, it's
Yeah,
like...
man. Yeah, that's it. So I heard about it last night.
Yeah, we feeling it up here. So, but I mean, the craziest thing I seen last was that they got some alligators. The water brought the alligators.
What alligators?
Walking the street in Florida.
Oh Lord. I seen a whale like on the sidewalk. Is that real?
I don't know. I think Duval posted that, but yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. It was like an
whale,
otter.
like a otter or something.
An otter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like the weirdest shit in the hood. Like it looked like the neighborhood or something. But yeah, I seen that earlier.
But they had the alligators was roaming the streets and in the water, so that's crazy.
That is wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's get into it. Deja Moore, like first off, like what's up with the name Deja Moore?
So my full name, it's a part of my full name. I took Deja Moore. I just condensed my name.
Okay.
So my first name is Khadijah. So as you know, I didn't want to go around Khadijah. Every time I say Khadijah, they be like living single, you know, Queen Latifah.
Right, Queen Latifah,
so
right.
I be like, ugh. All right. So I condensed it. So it's just Deja Moore. But everybody in New York, they call me something different. They'll call me Dina. So I know if you know me, then you know that.
Okay.
Dina's my middle name.
Okay. Cool. And you're from New York. I can hear it in the accent.
A little bit.
I can hear it.
Really?
I mean, but you know, if you used to traveling and being around a lot of people, different different parts of the world, New York just got a New York. Like even if you've been in the South forever, it's still there.
Still there.
And for some reason, I don't know. It's like you can spot it because you can spot somebody that's born and raised Southern. Like this all you know.
Yeah.
And for somebody that's adapting to the South.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I mean, you'll catch me with a couple words. I might say, "I'll call you back." You know what? I'll call you back.
Right.
So just the difference, yeah. Right. But you been here.
Even the mentality. The hustle.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? Because y'all coming from a lot of faster place than the South.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that further lets us know by the drive and stuff like that. Yeah. So
yeah, it's definitely a different hustle.
So being in New York, like what was your experience being from growing up and being in New York?
Oh my goodness. Growing up in New York, it was fun. It was a lot of family. But it was a different time than it is now. So when I grew up, it was just a lot of family. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of things that I went through, you know, with school. You grow up fast. It's a fast-paced life. So you grow up fast. You know, it's overpopulated. So, you know, being observant and adaptive, you know, so you just be versatile. It's very versatile because you have all cultures.
Right.
So it's a melting pot.
Right.
So you get to see some of everybody. You can go to one part. You could go to downtown Manhattan. You might see they have Chinatown.
Right.
And, you know, but where I grew up on Staten Island, it's a lot of Italians. So you get a diverse of people, you know, diversity. So
question. So the Italians, do they be like the one, like you see them actually in the movies all hard and cussing, profanity and...
Pretty much. It's the same. It's...
Italian restaurants,
they're real, pieces. It's real strong. They actually film Mob Wives in Staten Island. So, it's pretty much what you see with the strong accent. Right. You know, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Staten Island, that's between.
It's boroughs. So you got 5 boroughs. Okay. You got Staten Island, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan,
Queens. Okay.
Look, Queens. You got some people from Queens.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, what was the difference between the boroughs? Like, were they like?
Oh gosh, don't get me to talking because Staten Island is the hated borough. You know, they try to say Staten Island wasn't a borough because we actually literally on an island. To get off the island, you have to get on a boat. You have to cross the ferry.
Oh,
to get into, you cross the ferry, then you get into Manhattan, into the city. So Staten Island is like the forgotten borough, it's the home. They be like, oh, Wu-Tang Clan, came out of Staten Island.
That's the most popular one that came out of Staten Island?
Yeah, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, okay.
Yeah, so, everybody, when they hear Staten Island, that's what they think of, Wu-Tang.
Right, yeah.
But the boroughs are actually different. The people are different. And I learned that because then I had moved to Brooklyn. And when I moved to Brooklyn, it was a little, rougher. Like I said, Staten Island, we had more of the Italians. My talk was a little different, growing up around the different people. Brooklyn is a little harder. Not a little, it was harder. Look, let me just stop being cute about it. Brooklyn was hard. It was rough. It was tough. But I moved to Brooklyn. I went to school in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. So Manhattan is very crowded, very saturated. You get to see some of everything. The era that I grew up in, we was walking around, there was crack bottles, the little crack vials.
The little crack bottles.
Yeah, red and blue crack vials on the floor. That's how I.
Just like New Jack City.
Yeah.
Just like New Jack City.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, in Harlem, I love it. I love home. You can go to every corner. You could get you there's a deli. You get you a sandwich or, the food is different. You can find some of every ethnic, with food, beef patties and Jamaican food and Puerto Rican food, Dominican food, like anything that you want, real Chinese food. Anything that you want is there, so that was the good part, is just being diverse. And like I said, I went to school in Manhattan, to performing arts school. So I had to coming from Staten Island, I had to take the bus to the boat to the train, and then still walk to school. So, but it was still dope. I wouldn't change it for nothing. It really makes you who you are.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, what was your transition in coming to the South from New York? Like, what was the cause? What was the what was the reason for you traveling? Well, making your way down to the South.
We just needed a change.
Okay.
I had gotten pregnant, and it was time for a change. It was time. It was like, okay, my whole family just up and moved, and I have family that's actually from the South.
Okay.
And family was from Williston, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah, but that was
places. Yeah.
In Williston. It was country, and we was like, oh, we're not moving here.
Right.
Right. So we came to Augusta, came down here just to switch it up and change. And I think I might have cried for about a week.
Okay, you couldn't.
It was like coming to a stop sign.
Yeah, like
I ain't never seen roads so wide. I didn't know which way to turn. Driving wise, it was like I never seen deers.
That was a huge change for somebody.
It was a drastic.
Yeah. Right.
So
some people don't understand how serious that is to some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you so comfortable in your zone or way of living, and you just make a transition in that fast, it's like you can't just
It's not easy to adapt because it's like the country. Augusta was really, really, really the country.
Right.
And had never seen deer, haven't never seen roads so wide and, just big. And then the people, I remember coming to Augusta and walking in a grocery store with my mother, and they're like, hey.
Too nice.
I'm like, who you talking to? Who's she talking to? It's that Southern hospitality. So
yeah.
We wasn't used to that. So it's like you keep it moving.
Right.
Everything's moving in New York. You go, 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 go. And so coming down here, people's like, hey, how you doing? They're speaking to you. They're talking to you. We locking our car doors. People leaving their doors open, pumping their own gas.
Right.
It was just a big change. And it was just like, it took a long time to adjust.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So what got you into music?
Well, I started dance is my first love.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always loved music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, classical music, jazz. I've always loved music, but when I was 13, I had started rapping. I did poetry first. So when I was doing my poetry, one day my cousin was like, "Hey, you need to put that in a rhyme." And I was like, "Put it in a rhyme." And I remember the first rhyme that I ever wrote. And it was like, when I liked him, I loved him. And when I loved him, I let him. And when I let him, I lost him. And he was like, "Now put that in a rhyme." And I was like, when I liked him, I loved him. But when I loved him, I lost him. And when I lost him, I let him. Now it's hard to forget him. Yeah. You know, and it was like, So right. He was like, kind of pushed me into taking my poetry, because it's all poetry.
Because rap is poetry, just sped up tempos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like it's just
and
tempos.
different cadences
and tempos.
It's still poetry. Mm-hmm. So he was like, "Now rap it," and I was like, "Oh, that's all you got to do." And so then seeing the greats, you know, then it was like, you know, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Lauryn Hill, Missy Elliott, Lil' Kim, Roxanne Shante, Remy. These are all my, you know, idols. And so like watching them just do it, it was just like my first rap was like really, really hard. You know, and it was like, it was different. But as I came down here, my flow started switching. Right. So I picked up more of the twister type flow.
Right.
So, and I got where my flow was more, the cadence was less melodic. Like up north, I love the sounds like, you know, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie, Pac. It was more of hip hop.
Right.
And then when I came down here, I was listening to Outkast. And, you know, it was a different flow. And it would ride. Yeah. So
it was still lyrical, but it was more melodic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So it was more of a melodic flow, and it was smoother, it was softer, it was like butter, like, and I was like, wow. Right. So, you know, I kind of blended the two. But always loved soul music, always loved jazz and R&B oldies. So I just thought that if I can blend the two and do the soul music with the hip hop, so I would take my lyrics. I remember a producer, first time I got in the studio, by the name of Biz. I was trying to change my rap flow. And he was like, I wrote the song, and he was like, go rewrite the whole song. He made me rewrite the song in the studio that day, because he was like, you're taking out your metaphors, you're taking out everything, because I was trying to ABC rap. You know, I was just like switching my flow up, and he was like, nah, don't lose you. Right. You can still change your cadence. Right. But don't lose you. Right. So I'm a lyricist. I love lyrics. I love metaphors. Right. And he was like, don't lose it. So I learned how to blend the two. And make it work.
That's the beauty of music, you know, doing music. A lot of artists can't blend the two. Mm-hmm. Some just more melodic and can stay melodic, while they can't. It's a hard time for them to mix the lyrical aspect into that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when you can do that, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
Makes you versatile.
Oh yeah, very versatile. So you said dance. So and dancing started, you was very young too as well, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, what made you want to get into dance?
I've been dancing on the stage since I was 4. So it started out, I was the little ballerina. It started out with tap and ballet.
Oh, you did tap dancing?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tap and ballet. And then as I started getting older, I joined Staten Island Dance Ensemble. And it introduced me into African dancing, jazz, modern. And so my goal as a child was to be an Alvin Ailey dancer. That's all I wanted to be when I grew up. But when I got to high school, I auditioned for performing arts, and I danced with Alvin Ailey for 3 years. And I'm 14, 15. So I'm like, all right, so what's next from here? So that's when I got into acting and stuff like that. But dance has always been my love. I taught at Cutno down here for a little while. I'm a dance choreographer. I love to choreograph shows and everything.
Okay. So you do it all.
Do it all. I do it all.
Do it all.
Like, Deja, what you want to do today? I don't know. And we're going to dance, sing, rap, and just
do it all. Yeah, most definitely. So you just an all-around entertainer. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. Okay, being that you do all those, attributes and everything, do your mind makes you wonder sometimes, like, okay, I need to focus more on this one, but when you focus more on that one, you feel like you leaving out something in this department. Meaning, like, okay, when you in your rap mode, because there's no way, this it's kind of hard to rap at all that, all at once. There's some people, to some people, to some people. How do you cipher out all the ones when it's time to activate certain ones your attributes that you have when it's time to put them into play?
Well, I incorporate everything.
Okay.
So the great thing about being so diverse is that I can do an Afrobeat song, something that I can dance to. So if I'm going to make a song and I'm going to rap about it, I'm going to write the song and I'm going to also make up a dance for it as it's going on. And then the acting part comes in. I don't know. I got a couple videos, out there. So y'all make sure y'all check out the videos. But I don't like to do just like a regular video where it's just, it tells a story. So the video has to definitely tell a story. I remember watching Michael Jackson when I watched his video, and I was just like, dang, you really get into the storyline of the videos. Those videos I always loved, and they'll always be classics.
Right.
I know I hate to say his name, but he's a genius, and he did it. R. Kelly did it with Trapped in the Closet.
Right.
He did like a series set of, so that's something that I want to work on. I always wanted to.
Let's touch on that for a second. Okay, so my thing is, like, when it comes to musicians, I feel like, we should be able to separate the two. You get what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by, like, because they want to ban someone's greatness of sound and stuff. I just feel like, okay, what's done in music, that's done in music. People's personal life, you could ban them forever for that, but don't try to destroy the music or discredit the music. Just like with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had all those allegations and all that. They try to ban his music. You can't ban Mike's music. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can look at the person however you can judge them however you want to judge them. But I feel like a person's, because you got to think, every great artist that we all idolize or whatever, they had flaws. Terrible flaws. That people judge. Whitney was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Ike Turner, they want to say he was abusive. You know what I'm saying? James Brown.
Shout out to Augusta.
But you know what I'm saying, though, like, but every person, I just feel like in order for you to be great, there's always going to be something to counteract that. Yeah. The greater you are, your biggest flaw that might be a normal flaw. We might know everyday people that have these flaws, but their flaw it'd be a lot bigger because of how great they are. You get what I'm saying?
Here's the thing with that, and that's real tricky to me, in my opinion, because when you do music is a part of you. Right. I don't know of any artist that doesn't put themselves in the music. Right. Whether they turn into a Sasha Fierce, like Beyonce becomes her alter ego, or whether you turn into somebody else, it's still a part of you. Yeah.
Unless you got a ghostwriter.
Yeah. Well, even that you can embody. It's just like acting. That's why I said it all embodies the same thing, because you take on a persona like Nikki. She got Roman's Revenge and she's amazing at it. You know why? Because it's a part of her. So that's why she can turn it off and on. Right. And the Lauryn Hill, this is what she spits about. She's, life. She's going to give you some life lessons. Right. And, but this is who they are. Right. So you embody that character or that person and you can take that on. Right. The tricky part of it is music is frequency, and, the music can make people or break people, and you know, you could hear a song and it make you want to go make a baby,
right?
Or you hear a song and it make you gotta dance to it, or you hear a song and you gonna cry, because it'll make you sad. It's a sad song, or make you catch the Holy Ghost for those, you know, for the Christians out there. So music is going to make you feel a certain type of way. That's what it's there for. As far as a person's personal life, you just have to be careful because it can intertwine. Right. That's just like these rappers getting out here talking about how hard they are, and you know, I'm a gangster, I'm a thug. Right. And you really not a gangster, a thug, and you go out in the streets and that's what you get. Right. You know what I mean? So you just really have to be careful. It's tricky when it comes to that, because you embody the character that you become. That you become this person, whether it's made up or whether it's a part of you, you become that person. So that's really a tricky question. Now, for them to try to take away what you've already done, now that I don't agree with.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, my thing is like, you can't don't try to take something that's 20, 30 years, you know, away. As far as because of they made a bad choice or decision, or they just a bad person altogether. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, you're eliminating a lot. Yeah, you got eliminating a lot.
Yeah, because he's if we're not just him speaking on specific people, they write for others. They do, you know, they have hits. Their talent is their talent. Right. Like I say all the time, like I have an ex that's out there, and he might not have been the best boyfriend, but he's a damn good artist. Right. Like he's nice. Right. So I'll never take his talent away from him. See,
that's all I'm saying. You can't take the talent, but
the talent is the talent.
Might be the shittiest person in the world.
Yeah. And it's crazy because you sit here and you think about how a person actually came up with these songs, like what you could have been, what you was doing, thinking, and the process of making these great songs. Right. So I think that's what it is behind certain things. Okay. You know, behind certain things is like the process in which it took for you to get that song. Facts. You know, because I could listen to a song and be like, yo, I love this song. And then when I figure out the meaning behind it, like, damn, he was doing this to get that. It brings a different meaning, a different frequency comes to it.
So we all, you know, every artist, you don't never have a backstory until that person's career is over or they dead. And then you get the backstory of everything. Then we look at people like, crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, you know, but a lot of geniuses, you know, they
yeah. You gotta, to be a genius, you gotta be somewhat crazy. Got to be.
You think outside the box.
You gotta think outside the box. So that's, you know, that's your aspect that others are crazy. So you got to be a little bit crazy to be a genius. So, but yeah. So, okay. Cool. So far as, just the music business. How do you feel as the music business stands today? As far as like, you think is it important for artists to try to be like join record companies these days, or you feel like it's best to stay independent?
It really just depends on where you're at, because they served a different purpose back then. Nowadays, you can go out there. You got United Masters. You got so many different companies that you can distribute your own music. Right. You can keep more of your royalties, but it's so saturated. You know, I just seen maybe the other day, I seen a meme where a guy was talking about you get a certain percentage, like 0.003 of a penny, like for your song to be played on, you know, certain platforms. And so it's like, you're still not getting paid. So you put your money into production, you put your money into all these different things to make the song, and you're not getting paid what you're worth. Right. Or what you believe that is worth. Right. So a lot of people go the independent route. Right. You know, also doing shows. You can get paid to do your shows, and now they're tapping into that market too. Right. So the record companies, their purpose was to get you marketing, but technology has changed where you can market yourself. Facts. So now it's like, what do you need them for?
Right. But that's a good question. what do you need them for?
What do you need them for?
See, that's why I be trying to explain to a lot of artists. A lot of them mostly look at record companies as fast money. Mm-hmm. Basically, microwave money. Basically, like, okay, I want it fast. Okay, they're going to give me a check, and I'm going to get jewelry. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get a house.
It's a loan.
And, but in their mind, that's what they see. And they automatically, fans going to love them instantly. Because at the end of the day, a hit is a hit.
Yep.
It don't matter where it come from, who produced it. A hit's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
period. If it's hot, it's hot.
It's hot, it's hot. Mm-hmm.
But there's still some backstory to that too.
Right.
Because people are paying for a lot of stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I pay for likes and I pay to, people can get blackballed and, I pay for you to spin this record. And you know what I mean? So a lot of it is who you know.
Facts. A lot of that.
And less of it is talent.
Right.
See, back in the day, it was talent. You got to have some talent for somebody to listen to
Not
you.
anymore.
Now it's who you know. Because I could get you some talent. We could get you a makeup artist and we could get you all put together and get you a whole nice look. Right. You know what I mean?
It's more gimmicky now.
Yeah.
It's more of a, can you get the wild and the shock factor? Can you get people to entertain? And can you get a large social media following? Mm-hmm. That's what it's mostly about now. Because they feel like if you get that following it equals money, which that's not true because you might have a digital following, but your digital following don't add up to actual physical. Yeah. Support.
I ain't making no money. I seen a person with 30,000 followers and she ain't making no money.
Right.
And it's like, so you got 30,000 followers. How many true followers do you have? So something that my godfather, shout out to the Force MDs.
Shout out Force MDs.
Yes. My godfather told me, Khalil, he said, if you can get 1,000 true followers, and those 1,000 followers pay $1 to purchase your stuff, or they're consistently buying your stuff with those 1,000 followers, you in the game.
You in the game.
You in the game. Get them to pay $10.
You get to pay $10. That's $10,000. You get to pay $20. That's $20,000. So it's like it's you in the game. People, but that's the thing. People mindset. They always thinking they want to sell to millions and millions and millions. A couple thousand people can set you straight if you know how to balance and budget. You know what I'm saying? It don't even take 1 million people to make $1 million.
Nope. And overseas is different.
Yeah,
overseas is different. I went, number 3 in the UK. Number 3 with my song Tonight. Went number 3. And they was loving it. And it's totally different over there than in the United States. Right. Over there, the different cultures, but they actually listen to the music.
They actually listen to music and listen to talent. And, a lot of them actually still going out music from back in the day. Like, far as, like, their style and even the artists, their style of music. They're more R&B than the R&B people. Yeah. Just being honest, man. Like, you just think about it. Like, when you think of R&B ain't the same no more. You think about R&B, you should think of Mariah Carey, Fantasia.
You have all the great groups,
TLC, SWV. Now you think of R&B, you think of Sam Smith, Bruno Mars. But they pop, but they mostly could label them as R&B. Because, like, you don't really hear none about R&B really no more. Because most of the R&B don't went pop. So it's like...
A lot of it is pop. Most of the rap is gone pop.
Pop, right.
But the only thing I say with that is because I've always loved pop. I've always loved to blend minds. Right. I take soul. You can listen to one of my songs and it's a guitar playing in the back. And it's almost kind of like poetry. Right. And I'm going back to the soul, but I can switch it up. So I love the diversity. The only thing I couldn't really get with was the mumble rap.
No, I can't do mumble.
Yeah, I because it just, you know what I mean. But then you listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and you know what I mean.
All 3 6 Mafia. Yeah.
And it's similarities. It's not the same. Yeah. But it's similarities. Yeah. And
that's true.
Because I was just like, you got the mumble and rap, and then now they got, what is it, drill?
Drill.
Drill.
Yeah.
So, I'm not a big drill fan, but I love, some of the songs, and I love the diversity, and, I love the dance to it.
Yeah.
And I love the switch up and the change in the cadence. But my thing is, everything is preference. I wish people would just, they make it so complicated.
Right.
It's not that complicated.
Right.
It's, if somebody likes fish, then they're going to eat fish. If you like steak, you're going to eat steak.
Right.
But if somebody's a vegetarian, you can't convince them to eat steak.
Right.
So it's just really all preference. What do you like?
Right.
And there is actually somebody for everybody.
Right. There's a crowd. There's millions of people for this one style.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, I don't knock nobody. And, people get in the game for different reasons. And if you're trying to get in the game to get rich, then this ain't the game for you.
At all.
This ain't. You're
going to lose more than you get off top. You got to really love music to really take the L's that come with music. Because you're going to get a lot of L's. Oh. You're going to get, bad management, bad promoters, bad shows, bad, you're going to have good times, bad females, all life.
Females in
y'all
the game,
it's
like you get in there, don't get you a producer that think you a little cute, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what's up with that? Oh, no buns? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then it's no, so.
That's got to be terrible for y'all, because y'all women go through that the most. When y'all trying to pick studios, you got to be like, okay, is this producer looking at my ass? Or is he looking at my talent?
Yeah. And it's hard, because for a female, if you know too much or you talk too much, you get labeled you a bitch, or you get labeled as she know it all, or I could get another one of you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so much talent. It's probably over 300,000 females out there that's trying to get on.
Yeah.
And you don't want to give up no booty. Right. And so a great guy that I know by the name of Kevin, he has the Writers of America. I don't want to say it wrong, but he's a great person. But he explained to me the music business. This is a music business. Right. Now, what you want in a studio is professionalism. Yeah. So there's a difference. There's a difference between being professional and the music business, because that's still a part of business. Sex is a big part of the music business. Right. It is. So, just how you choose to carry yourself, you know. So, it's tough for us females. Yeah. It's tough because we get put up against each other. It's always a competition, about always. About what you look like. Oh, she's light-skinned, she can't rap. Because that's what it used to be. Like, she's light-skinned, she can't rap. There's a lot of dark-skinned females that was doing it. And it was like, oh, she got to be talking about sex. And I get that when I go to shows, too. Right. They'll be like, oh, what, you sing? No, I rap. I get the face till I get up there and start spitting. And then it's like, oh. Oh, she really serious. And I have to get the females first. Like, I'm going to get the females' attention first when I do my shows. That's the strategy, is to make the females comfortable. Right. And to have the females, they can actually, what's the word I want to use? They can relate. Right. So I'll say, because getting it from a woman's perspective as a woman artist, what is the biggest bread and butter for y'all? Is it the female or is it the guys? I have a lot of guys that listen to my stuff. So it's mostly guys. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a lot of guys. The females, if it's a song about like pain and stuff like that, then they're gonna listen to. Most of the guys, they'll listen to the lyrics. Yeah. They'll listen to the talent. Yeah. And most of the women, they'll listen to like what the bounce is, like, you know what I mean? And if it's popular, and what's she looking like, and does she match what she talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Cause women are a lot harder on other women, so that's why I add. That's why I said, cause I know a lot of female rappers and female singers they be like, women be their biggest critics when it comes to music. Men, they like, if you look good, whatever, they don't care what you talk about half the time. Yeah. They just follow you because how you look. Yeah.
But a female, that's like the hard female getting another female's approval on it's the hardest thing, they say.
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad.
That's sad.
It's sad because, you know, the men can come up in here and you can see, you know, they can dap each other up and be cool.
Right.
And then females, we got to compete for one spot. And here's my thing. It's so many queens out here and everybody's so unique. Like, I could never be Nicki. I could never be Cardi. And I'm not trying to be, and I'll never try to be because I'm Deja. Right. I'm Deja Moore. And so the best person I know how to be is me. You know what I mean? But everybody always, the world, society, it ain't just men.
Right.
Or just women that are real catty. It's everything now is a competition. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Who's better than who? Right. Why they both can't be great? Right. And go back down to preference. Right. If you don't like her, then don't listen to her. It's that simple for me. Right. Like, if I don't like the song, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to buy it. Right. It's that simple. If I like it, I'm going to get it. It's some stuff I like, some stuff I don't. You know what I mean? I got children. So, you know, do I want my daughter sitting up here talking about WAP? No, I don't want my child sitting up there talking about WAP and, you know, a nigga got to have money and I'm going to bust it open. No, not my child. But for me, you know what I mean? I like trap music, you know. I love certain songs, you know, so it just depends. Depends, right. What's your preference? You know, today I might want to hear some Lauryn Hill. And tomorrow I might, you know, or later on that day, I might want to turn up to Cardi or, you know, some Nicki or, you know what I mean? Or I throw on some Kim or, you know, it's whatever mood I'm feeling and it's going to be that frequency. Right. But it's that simple. It's just what's your preference. Right. But everybody makes it a competition. And that's the only part of the music business that I don't like is the competition. Because there is no competition. It's all art. You're competing with yourself. Yeah. That's it.
Compete with yourself. You create your own art. Mm-hmm. Like, how you going to get mad about what I draw?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Okay.
Right.
All right, so acting. So you got the acting bug too. Mm-hmm. So what got you into acting?
Going to professional performing arts school. I was in a teen improv group out of Fort Hamilton, out of Brooklyn. Okay. Called Faces. We did some off-Broadway shows.
Oh, you did live?
Yeah.
That's the hardest one to do first,
man,
live.
Improv.
Yes.
Improv. So you have to actually, you know, we had classes that we had to actually go to learn how to improv, how to learn to grab a glass and nothing's there, and, you know, how to sit in a car and you're mad. Right. And so now you're mad and he's sad. And now you got to act out that part. You got to improv. Right. So that was really, I loved it. I loved it. So that's what started me. And I'm a character anyway. So I might be a little formal here. But if you see me outside of this interview, they'll be like, Deja's a fool. So I'm really silly, really goofy and fun. So that was amazing, like to get on the stage and improv and embody these different characters. So I did that at acting started at about 12, 13, 14. Okay. Did some off-Broadway plays. I did some commercials, and then I started writing scripts, and then did a couple of movies. So, okay. Yeah. Cool. Embody all of that. Embody all of that. If you look at the last my last video that I shot, I love it because we was able to act out a scene, and shout out to Matos, because he gets beat up. I get to be this, you know, I get to take on a character of being a boss lady, and, you know, you could be whatever you want in music. Right. And so I get to embody that character and beat him up. And if you look at the video, you'll see it's like, damn, Deej. And it's like, oh, yeah, you played the hell out that part. And that's because you get to be somebody. You get to step out the box. So that's what I love about acting. And, yeah, I do it all day.
All right. So you say you have kids. Mm-hmm. You have kids. So what is the hardest part of raising kids in the year 2022 and beyond?
Look, the hardest thing is when you have boys. So raising black babies, my black children, I have to worry about, what's their future, like if I don't got to worry about our own people, I got to worry about the other people, and to raise them, to train them up to be young men, to be respectable, but at the same time, you can't have no punk, but just to know what to do, it's scary. It's really scary to raise young men.
Right.
And as a single parent at that. So,
right.
But yeah, I think but these babies are a lot smarter. Listen, they different. They come out knowing stuff.
They come out knowing how to use a smartphone.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there was a baby in the studio the other day, had this typing on the smartphone. I'm like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. And they're so advanced now.
Yes, very advanced.
So I think that it's certain stuff that I still don't know. And my son, my son, he'll be 8. But I got a 7-year-old, and he'll be like, Mom, let me just do it right here. He's making beats on his phone. He done found beat machines and all kinds of things. And he's like, Ma, you just got to do this. Go here, go here, go there. And I'm like, oh, word? I didn't know I could do that. Okay. So he's teaching me stuff. But the age difference is the generation it's scary. It's scary because of what they're listening to, the music and the peer pressure. The peer pressure, I think, when I was coming up was, smoking weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just smoking. Now the peer pressure is just like, you got to be a thug. You got to be hard. You got to have money. You got to have, you just got to be getting it. Everything is all about the bag now. So that's the scary part. Is just like teaching and raising your child to know the value, not the price of things, but the value of things. So I think, and with technology, it makes they have access to everything, to so much. So, certain things that I wasn't planning on talking to my child about, I now have to talk to him about it because he sees it on TV or he's heard about it or, So,
right. Because it's there without you wanting it, without your approval, it's there.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's there.
It's there.
So yeah, they're more advanced. It's a different time.
Yeah.
It's a different time, but I think we could use more villages. Back in the day, we had the whole neighborhood. Now I go outside and these kids, I go out there, and I try to talk to the kids, and they don't want to hear it unless you understand. They have no respect.
They gotta be able to see you in the same light that they see they somebody they idolize or whatever. So it's like, if they don't see you making moves like the person they see they idolize making moves, they don't put no value and respect on it.
Exactly.
So we're living more now of the digital world where everybody wants to look like they're somebody than actually having something. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where technology messed us up at.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's living in a virtual world. But that still manifests.
Yeah. Just thinking about how think about how they're making they're moving. We're going forward where we're going to be living inside the metaverse and all these other things.
Yeah.
Making it where, okay, in order for you to do that means you have to be sitting on your ass, being on front of this technology for countless times of hours. What else are you doing? Nothing.
Yeah. So, while they're tracking everything that you do.
Right.
All your information's out there. And one oops and somebody got your whole identity.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or your whole bank account is just gone.
Right.
And
Right.
So it's scary. I mean, it's like kudos to the technology because it's a breakthrough and it makes a lot of things simpler, but I think it's made people more lazy.
Yeah, more lazy. Yes.
Lazier.
Mental lazy.
Yep.
Because you don't really hear people talking about reading books.
Nope. No,
no.
Ain't no books.
No.
But and it's like where to find the time too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where to find the time to read a book.
Right.
Because I found myself listening to audiobooks more.
Yeah.
I'll throw an audio book on because it's like, I don't have the time to sit down and read a book.
That's crazy how we went from having to sit down and have to read it and use your imagination to actually see the characters in your mind to now you hearing about it like just while you're doing other stuff. Multitasking.
Yeah. Because it's moving. I think the attention span has shortened. People's attention span is like that.
Yeah.
Because everything is constantly moving and changing. So it's evolved so much that if you don't catch up or keep up, you're going to get left behind, So you have to catch up and keep up with technology. But at the same time, it takes so much. It takes so much away from real life, and that becomes your reality.
Right.
So, people are confused as to what is their reality because this becomes their reality. Our children are being desensitized. My son could tell you what a AR-15, what all the guns are.
Yeah.
He could tell you what every gun is.
Yeah.
How to use it just by playing Black Ops and
watching YouTube. Yeah. So that's the thing I tell the kids that y'all have it made because y'all have the technology. Y'all have stuff where we had to actually go look up stuff. We had to go read. We had to actually go read and find stuff compared to just typing in something and it's there. And
they take that for if it's on the internet. That's it.
That's it.
It's
true.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's scary because if I could go to certain situations that happen and everybody has an opinion about it.
Right.
So
it's nothing even sacred anymore. People can look up your background on the internet. By typing in your name, and then they can pull up your family address, everything online. Yep. Dangerous.
Yep. They even got it now where you could put a phone number in. You could pay to put a phone number in. It says, "Oh, you want to see what your spouse is doing?
Right.
Put in this phone number, pay for this, and you'll get all
the stuff."
Everything that they've been texting and stuff, not saying that I do that, fellas, because I don't. If I have to do that, listen, if I have to do that, you're out of here. But
that's what I'm saying. They got the Life 360, all those apps, that's app. The Life 360 app is where it's like, okay, even if you turn your phone off, it still has your GPS. It still know where you at. It still know what time you turn your phone off. You can't even lie to your phone dead because it be like he got 2 notches on his battery.
Right.
He cut his phone off. It'll say phone been cut off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Life 360.
They have a Life 360. They have an app with a AI. It's an AI app. And you
Intelligent Artificial?
Yes. And you create this AI and you talk to it. You talk to it like a person. So they're taking away, like you would have actual friends. Like we have friends. We went outside. We played. We did jump rope. We did, we interacted. Now there's like no interaction. Like everything is separated. But with this AI program, you have a virtual friend. It's like a pen pal. Like back in the day, we used to have like pen pals that we would write overseas and you had to actually write them and send the letters. The AI is your pen pal.
They're working on a virtual. This actually you can look this up. It's on. They got a Netflix special coming on it, and then they actually on YouTube and stuff. But basically, what they're doing and what they're working on is like they're trying to get like, or say like a loved one or whatever. They're trying to get somehow where they can tap into it and get like something out of the memory or something.
A consciousness.
Yeah, consciousness, and put it inside of a module, like a clone. And that'll be another you inside of another robot type thing.
And they've been doing that.
I wouldn't want that shit.
Yeah.
Just imagine like, you had you're on your dead, your dead relatives or somebody that died a long time ago, their conscious mind inside of I wouldn't want that for them.
No.
Nah.
But it's been going on, and that's a whole nother look. We go down that rabbit hole. We ain't coming back up out of that one.
It's a little while.
That's a whole different. But it is. But that changes everything. Yeah, it changes life and relationships too. Right. Because it's not easy to date. Like dating in this.
Dating ain't the same no more.
No,
it's not the same no more. No. You can't even. I mean, you can't approach no one with the compliments or the gestures no more because, you can't go to one and be like, hey, beautiful, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because, they're just not going to accept it. Even though it's a good compliment, you're not being disrespectful, but it's just, we living in the days where it's like,
everything is about the bag. Right. They've made everything about the bag.
Everything.
And then you see these millionaires not happy. Even Tesla. Right. Tesla invented Tesla. He invented the AC current. He invented all these inventions. Right. But Tesla died alone and poor. He did all these inventions and he was great. He was known and all he wanted to do was help humanity. And he died alone and poor. Right. So you just have to, it's crazy. Yeah. Even with dating, you know what I mean? I have a song saying all of my DM. That's what Deja is. It's my brand, plug. DM, but my DM be full of, so many different people that it's scary to say who is who and who wants what. Before you can really see who wants what and, who's who. But now so many people have access to you that is scary.
Easy access. Easy
access. It's like, oh, I don't know you. I don't know you. You know what I mean? I have to stick with what I know. Right. If I can't see you, touch you, or, grow, even the ones you grew up with, you still don't know them now because they've changed. Yeah. But so many people have access to you and your information. That's the scary part about it.
And I can say with one hand how many friends I've had since growing up, my day ones. The day ones, you don't really have day ones really no more. Okay, so I could say
day ones and day threes now.
Day threes, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it ain't really no day ones. It's like people change with season, and I feel like when you growing and adapt, you growing. And some is it's your friend's job to adapt with you. And some friends just can't do it.
Well, I still got my day ones, and I think that the real ones survive. All my friends are getting married. All my friends are getting married. My best friend, she's married. My best friend, she got a wedding coming up. So all my friends are married and they're living their lives, you know. So, and I'm over here like, where's mine at? But where my husband at, Lord? But I have a different lifestyle too. Right. Like, I'm in the music business.
You gotta be able, and I was just about to say
they can't handle a lot of that stuff.
That's a lot. That's one thing about being in the music business. It's hard to find that spouse that can tolerate that. They got to be secure. Secure about themselves. I was just about to say very secure. Because you're gonna be interacting with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because there's females that do that and that fall for that, and that it happens. You be around a person for so long and you end up being with them. Right. So, or you in the studio and things happen, you end up sleeping with, or, getting, so it's so many things surrounding that. But the man would have to be secure. The female would have to be secure. Yeah. And even then, you still can't control it because some of the top celebrities cheated on the top celebrities.
Yeah. Look at Nia Long.
Yeah.
Her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish everybody would like, how you cheat on Nia Long? I feel like, there's no woman off limits from being cheated on. It's because it's an emotional thing. What drives a man to cheat is he feels something's missing from what he's not getting. Whether whether he has every right to do it or not, that's different. Right. But that's the main purpose of a man cheating, because he's missing something that he's not receiving.
Well, I'm learning something because you know what I mean? That I can't speak on why, you know.
I mean, because you got, think about it. That's because most, I'm being honest from a man perspective. Most men, most women are the most faithful in the relationship. That's one. That's fact. They're the most faithful one in that relationship. The only reason that a woman cheat if she feels like, okay, she's being abused or she's not feeling that love that she's giving, whatever. But a man cheats, he cheats because he's missing something. Now, a lot of the times, majority of the times, what they're missing be some stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, she ain't been give me nothing like the past 2 weeks, bro. But do she give you something? But they'll leave out why she didn't give you nothing. Maybe you got caught cheating, so maybe she don't feel comfortable having sex with you. So they'll leave all that out. Yeah. But tell everybody, man, we don't have sex no more. We don't do this no more. So now it calls him to go out there and do that, and he only do that just for sex. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like men do that because they're missing something, that they feel like they're not getting. You know what I'm saying? It not having the right to do it, that's a whole different. Yeah, because it be the ones that be making them excuses for me. Talk about she up in everybody's face. Like, I got to. It was a show. I mean, I'm networking. I mean, that's no different. What if you was the president? Wife. You have to be in people's face. Like, you're going to be mad. You the president's wife. Like, of the United States. You have to be in front of everybody's face, shaking hands, giving hugs, smiling, taking pictures. Like, so it's like, it's a secure thing, and a lot of men are not willing to agree that men get more jealous than a woman. Way more jealous than a woman. They do. You know what I'm saying? They just don't want to out and say it, but they do. And some women, we speak on this a lot of the times in an app. What's the app? Clubhouse. It's Clubhouse. But we speak on this a lot. A lot of women, I'm submissive by nature. So I submit to my man, whether he's making more than me. Like I said, everything now is about the bag. Right. And I've never been about the bag because I always have my own bag. Right. So I've always been, of course it's going to be looks or what the attraction is, and how the person, present themselves, because you get the representative first and how they present themselves. But it's not always about the bag, So, I mean, and that's a whole nother conversation in itself, too. Right. And that relationship, I mean, technology messed it up. Oh, yeah. People have messed it up. I think social media messed relationships up. I think with social media, I feel like, what I mean by social media is like, okay, if you're in a relationship, right, and y'all both, got social media pages. Some people share a page. I've seen some couples share one page. And I've seen some people, most people have their own pages. And then you see the attraction that most, each one of you bring on this and this and that. I feel like social media kind of attacked that in a sense. Because it's like the more you put out there, the more people, because there's some women out there that just target situations where it's like, okay, he seems like he's a good man. They love it. I see if I can get him. Yeah, it's a challenge for them. Yep, they want it. They want it. Yeah. And then men be out here, they don't care. They don't care. Yeah. They really don't. Yeah. So, but if a person is going to do it, they're going to do it. Exactly. I truly believe that it don't matter how much they're tempted. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. You could be the most beautiful woman in the world, and if they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Right. So, but yes, does that influence? Yeah, that's like you being around somebody that's like, here, eat this potato chip. Here, eat this potato chip. Here, eat this potato chip. And you be like, nah, I really don't want to. I really don't, I don't even like that. And then one day you just be like, it looked kind of good. I'm hungry. Right. Let me try it out. Right. Let me get the Dorito. Let me try it out. Right. And you taste it and it's good. Now your senses are heightened. Now, next thing you know, you eating Doritos. Right. You know what I mean? And it's just that easy. That's facts. That's simple. Yeah. So it's hard living in. It's going to get harder and harder living in today. That's why I keep my peace sacred, my relationship, when I get one,
sacred.
Right.
Keep my relationship sacred. Some things you have to keep sacred from the world, from the outside.
You gotta keep a lot of, like they used to tell you back in the day, some things stay in the house, need to stay in the house. If it's done in the house, stay in the walls. Like, everything don't need to be, a lot of family secrets don't need to be put online. A lot of funerals, death, pictures don't need to be put online. Like, just a lot of stuff, man. People don't need to find out about death on social media.
But it's a validating, like everybody has to be validated.
Everybody.
And I can't, one person told me that I was a attention seeker. And told me I was an attention seeker. It was so
crazy. Artist, of course.
Exactly. I said, but here's the thing, you have a social media?
Yeah.
And this is what I was asking. If you have a social media, you are seeking the validation of others. That's period. Point blank. I don't care if it's a good quote if it's a quote about Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Right.
You put it on there, or if you put a picture of yourself, if you post it and upload it, it's for outside influences to see it.
Just you having one is automatically. Yeah. It don't matter if you put something on or not. Just you having one.
Yeah. That's validation. Yeah. So,
that's what the platform's for.
Yeah. So I think we've gotten, but it's the type of attention. Everybody's an attention seeker. Yeah. Especially being an artist, we need to be attention seekers because we need the attention of others to get our product out. Right. As business owners, as coaches, as creators, as influencers,
as teachers, everybody.
You want people to watch what you're saying, right?
The news,
gurus,
everything.
It's media.
Media.
It's an outlet. To speak out and to be seen and heard.
Some tragedy happened. Something tragedy happened to your family. You want to speak out to the news. You want people to know. You want validate. So it's all part of life.
It's all attention seeking. Now the thing should be: are you getting negative or positive attention?
Like, are you abusing this? Are you abusing this to get what you want personally?
Yes.
Compared to just saying you're trying to get your attention seeker, that doesn't make sense because we all do things for attention. If we're in business or any type of just life.
Yeah.
Even if you go on a regular 9-to-5 job and you fill out an application, he's filling out an application at the same time. You had a job, you're working, you want to try to get a raise. You want validation of how the good work that you do on the job. So, but when you're not getting it acknowledged for all the hard work you're doing at a job, and they giving raises to everybody else, then you be like, oh, what about me?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't want attention.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's fact.
I thought you ain't want no attention, but that's the truth. Wait, that's the truth. But my thing is too, like with that whole attention thing, and you got to know who you are. Like a lot of people, I've been doing this music for a long, long time. And a lot of people will be like, well, you up there in age, you getting older. And
I hate that.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, a movie has never asked me how old you are for this song that you just submitted.
Right.
When I submit my songs for the movies. Right. And, they've never asked me how. And the thing is, when they be like, you're too old, here's my thing. You have people that are dying at 23. People that are dying at under 17.
Look at Tupac. Tupac didn't even touch 30.
Yeah.
He wasn't even 30.
They're dying at young ages.
Right.
So don't tell me nothing about age. And, I don't do this. I was when I first started out doing it for other people. But now I do it because I love it. So it don't matter the amount of success, if the amount of success is 1 million people, or if it's just one person, or if it's just myself and I'm listening to my own thing. But my kids gonna play it. They know every song I got.
Right.
But if it's just me and my kids singing it, I still have the same emotion in that music. Yeah. So I'm validating myself and I'm happy.
Yeah. We as black people are the only ones that put an age, time, expiration date on hip hop and on rap.
Hip hop.
That's the only one that get an expiration date.
And pop.
It's hip hop. It's hip hop. And it's like, and it's a little bit of pop.
A little bit of
pop. Yeah. But hip hop majority, because it's like, they feel like, once you get like a certain age in your 30s, why are you still rapping? Now I'm like, okay, who's put a time limit on it?
There is no time.
There's no time limit on it because like gospel, there's no time limit.
Nope.
Pop,
country,
bluegrass,
no
neo
time.
soul,
reggae,
southern
Bob
soul,
Marley.
reggae,
There's no
reggaeton.
time limit.
Right.
None.
Right. So it's like
you too old to be rapping. This is what I love to do. Like, what do you mean? This is what I do. What do you mean I'm too old? Right. Like, it's going to stop. Like, when you turn 30, you know what I mean? You just going to stop writing.
No, you get more seasoned.
Exactly.
You got more stuff to talk about, more substance, more depth. And if you really nice with that pen and pad or lyrically, you just get more vicious.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, more versatile.
More vicious. Oh, my God. So you get more vicious on the wordplay, especially if you've been working on your craft for so many years. And then you know how the game go. You can easily maneuver in the game easy. You know how to hit. You can spot certain... You can spot a janky promotion. You can spot flaw shows. You can spot a scam. You can spot so much stuff from the experience.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you can move different.
And when you're younger, I think you can be manipulated.
Easily.
So when you're older, it's like, and not only that, but you have a different preference. Like, I'm not going to go out here, and now I got some ratchet songs. Don't get it twisted, because I can still battle rap. I can still do all of that. Right. But my preference is more of bridging the gap between that and the old school.
Right.
So, and plus I got, children. I keep it classy.
Right.
But, I'm not going to go out here popping, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Now, I'm going to turn up. I got, like, my last video is called The Truth.
Right.
And I turned all the way up because I can,
Yeah, but that's crazy, man. It's crazy because the stuff that we didn't idolize and the stuff that we was told that was, not a good image or a good look is the most popular shit now. Like, okay, being a thought and ratchet back then, I wish you would call a woman a thought or ratchet.
Who you calling a bitch?
Who that's you calling a thought or a bitch?
Right. Like, Queen said that in you and
those are popularized. So, and then you got now doing drugs is popularized. You know what I'm saying? Being a junkie is popularized.
Yeah. And we were talking about crackheads. Like, you a crackhead. You got mad if somebody called you a crackhead.
And then being a slime snake and all that is popular. I'm like, back
Demon
then
time.
Growing up. Demon time. Back then when I was growing up, you call somebody a snake, they want to fucking cut your head off. Like, I ain't no snake. What the fuck? But
slime. What up, slime?
Yeah, now it's like...
It's okay.
It's okay. Different way. Different world now.
Different world.
Different world.
Definitely a different world.
Different world. So, all right. Before we slide off on NewbieVeT, how can they get in contact with you and then any love you'd like to shout out?
Yes. Y'all can hit me up on, is it this camera right here? I'm looking at it. Hit me up at, I'm like, yeah, you. Dejamore.com, DejaMore.com. And that's on all social media, on all music platforms. And Dejamore.com is my actual website that you can hit me up. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that I've encountered. I can't single out one person. I mean, shout out to CTC for having me do this interview. It was so dope. I was excited about coming here. And so I'm here now. And y'all can look forward to some more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Right?
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, hit me up. Look your girl up. Get that music. You know what I mean? Support. That's what it's all about. So shout out to New York. Shout out to Augusta, ATL. Love y'all.